Hi, my ambitious Aries. Welcome or welcome back. We're doing your Tarot and Oracle reading. This reading is going to be good for all Aries placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to flip and reverse the roles, take what resonates, and these readings are timeless. So just diving right into it, Aries, to start us off, I was pulling some Astro Oracle cards and meditating on your energy, and your energy felt very distant, very out there, very detached, a little bit like Aquarian in nature or Piscean in nature. And sure enough, when I was pulling the Astro Oracle cards, the first card that came out was Pisces, card number 12. Some of you guys have Pisces placements. I'm getting Venus in Pisces. I also had the 6th house sustainability, card number 44. Some of you guys could be 44 years old. I'm also getting life path 8 and life path 4. And then we have Uranus change, which is, of course, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is actually about to change signs moving into Gemini. But this is card number 25, change. So there is some interesting energies to kind of dissect here. I feel like there is this energy of you really tuning into your spirituality, your internal self. Maybe you're doing shadow work. You could be also focusing on relationships like in the home, or it could be a romantic partnership. You could be doing like some home projects or something. You could just feel very motivated, like to kind of stay in your own little bubble. And that could be why I was picking up your energy as being a bit distant. You could also be focusing on work with that 6th house sustainability card. There could also be something about your health and something about the root chakra was coming through. So this is your general portion. We're going to clarify a little bit and then we'll hop over on to love. But let's just see here what's going on. General energies. What is this Piscean energy for Aries? We have the Knight of Cups coming out. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys could be kind of focusing on either like a romantic fling or a relationship that is a possibility that's coming in for you. So you could be a little bit either, I don't want to say distracted, but a little bit detached from other areas of your life right now. Yeah, Page of Cups. It kind of fell out sideways though. So we'll see if this comes through in the love portion of the reading. Usually the Page of Cups is like either the very beginning of a romantic partnership or like a crush energy or telling somebody how you feel about them. You could also be waiting on a message from somebody that you like or that likes you or that has feelings for you. You guys could be connected to a Pisces. You could also have Pisces placements. Like I said, I was picking up Piscean energy and your energy as well, but that could also just be a reflection of somebody that you're connected to. You could work with this person. Some of you guys are thinking about taking some sort of trip. Doesn't have to be long distance, but what is this 6th house card here for Aries? I almost said Pisces. The Tower in the reversed. It looks like some of you guys are cleaning up some sort of mess from something that inevitably kind of shook your world in a lot of ways. Like there could have been some sort of tower moment where something came crumbling down that wasn't essentially built on like a solid foundation. So this could be something related to work. It could also be related to your health and wellness. So this could be both physical health and mental or spiritual health, because we both have the 6th house and the Pisces card here. So yeah, a lot of you guys are dealing with root chakra issues. Now, there are specific physical health ailments that do correspond to the root chakra. So look further into that if that resonates for you. But, you know, the root chakra is associated with like not only your stability, but it's like your safety. It's the root of everything else. So none of the other chakras can be in alignment until the root chakra is in alignment. So whatever this Tower moment was, that's now in the reverse, which is good, it was quite destabilizing for you and could have disrupted your root chakra a little bit. So even if you have previously done root chakra work, that root chakra could need to be looked at in order for you to rebuild something, whether that's to do with health, wellness, your stability, your feeling of safety in your own body, etc. But there could be just an overall overarching theme of health and wellness. And the 5 of Wands. Yeah, I'm almost seeing like two aspects of self. They're kind of in confrontation with each other. Because on one hand, it's almost like you're welcoming in this shift or this tower moment that happened, and you're accepting of it, and another part of you is kind of in denial that it happened or is happening. So there's a need for you to integrate. I would highly recommend looking into parts work. Teal Swan has a lot of videos on parts work. But essentially, you know, you're looking at different aspects of the psyche or the self that are kind of split. Like one part of you feels one way, another part of you feels another way. And in order to like healthily, if that's a word, navigate the energy that you're navigating, you need to integrate them and like realize where the root of those split energies are coming from, because they're essentially coming from the same place. Why is this Uranus change card here? Something very sudden, I feel like, has happened to you, or you're in the midst of this sudden shift or sudden change. So something could be quite jolting to your nervous system. You could be experiencing anxiety. The Three of Wands. It's almost like you could have been waiting for whatever this is for quite some time, but when it actually does happen or did happen, it was very destabilizing for you. Yeah, lots of root chakra energy that needs to be looked at. Eight of Wands in the reversed. Some of you guys even have been anticipating needing to relocate. And when the opportunity arises, or the need to relocate arises or has arisen for you, it's almost like you're resistant to do it now, even though you saw it coming. Especially at the bottom of the astro deck, I also have you, Aries. I have the 4th house IC, and I have Venus. So there could be something about a long distance partnership, or somebody that lives at a distance, even possibly a family member that you need to relocate with or for. And let's go ahead and get some advice for Aries. Queen of Wands in the reverse. There's something here about your confidence, your enthusiasm, your motivation, and it's really about your confidence and your ego. Something about your ego needs to be repaired, and your confidence within yourself in order to continue moving forward, because you're a little bit unsure of yourself or the decisions that you either have made or need to make. The Eight of Swords in the reverse. All these reversals. I feel like you are trying, or at least in the process of releasing yourself from some sort of negative thinking, or way of thinking that is inhibiting your growth or progress. I'm also feeling a block in the throat chakra. Some of you guys want to like expand like a passion project or a business venture, your finances. Maybe you are a business owner, maybe a side hustle, and you've had a lot of limiting beliefs around those things. And I feel like you have been working towards releasing yourself from that. So that's good, positive energy, but keep pushing, keep working at that, because I also feel like there's like a hint of your confidence, your self-assurance, and maybe even confidence in the work that you do or your passion project or whatever the case may be for you. There's something about your confidence that needs to be looked at in addition to your limiting beliefs. And then King of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like there is some sort of decision that needs to be made. Again, this is going to be different for each and every one of you, Aries. Some of you guys, this is a decision, to move. Some of you guys, this is a decision to engage in a new romantic partnership, or to move forward in a partnership, express how you feel in a partnership, or to a family member, or possibly for some reason talking to a therapist is coming through, but just like expressing the discrepancy in emotions and feelings and turbulence that you've been feeling, because I feel like your energy is quite scattered. Like I said, I am feeling anxiety and disruptions in the root chakra. So even talking to a friend, a family member, a therapist, all of those things could be beneficial to help you get those things up and out and help you to move on, essentially. So we're going to move on to love for you, Aries. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hop over to my YouTube. Personal readings for astrology and tarot can be found down in the description box and the pinned comment. All right, I'm just going to pause you real quick. All right, Aries, so what do we have going on in love for my Aries placements? We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Something about the general portion of the reading could correspond to this love portion of the reading. You guys could have limiting beliefs around love, relationships, or the relationship that you're currently in, but I feel like you are working towards releasing those negative associations in the mind. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed limitations of the mind. The Nine of Swords. You guys could be having anxiety, sleepless nights, insomnia, nightmares. I'm getting night terrors for some of you. And the Six of Wands. You guys are worried that you're not going to be successful in something. I'm getting energy of a relationship. This doesn't feel new, whatever it is. So it could be a current relationship, or it could be a relationship from the past, or maybe something that's in separation or timeout. We'll see when we clarify here. Bottom of the deck, I do have the Two of Wands, a decision that needs to be made next to the Four of Wands in the Moon card. Some of you guys have been thinking about, or maybe you've wanted to move things forward with a relationship that you're currently in or were in. Maybe you guys were thinking about moving in together or getting married with that Four of Wands card there. Four of Wands is a traditional marriage card. But with the Moon card at the bottom of the deck, it's like you're not sure because you can't really see what the outcome is going to be. And I don't think you're supposed to know at this time, but it's leaving you quite confused. And it's also bringing up a lot of shadows and fears for you in regards to this relationship or this person. But you're wanting some sort of victory and success. You're just unsure if you're going to be able to get there. You've been through a lot, either with this person or individually. There's a lot of baggage possibly on one or both sides. Why is this Eight of Swords here for Aries? King of Swords again. And the Empress card, Taurus energy. I almost feel like you've had this almost like shift in energy, which is good. You're going from the King of Swords to the Empress card here, unless this is your partner's energy, or maybe it's one of each. Maybe one person is the King of Swords and one person is the Empress. But for a lot of you, I'm reading this as you releasing yourself from this King of Swords energy. Maybe you're very, seemingly cold or distant, or, very masculine in nature, very independent, talkative, communicative, logical, analytical, intellectual, etc. And now you're moving into this Empress energy, or at least you're trying to. You're in the process of getting there, which is beautiful energy. You guys could be connected to a Taurus. Yeah, Ace of Cups. You're wanting some sort of renewal. Okay. There could have been some sort of heartbreak or pain that was involved in this connection. You guys could also be involved with an earth sign. Some of you guys, this was a past relationship that came to a completion with the World card there. But you're wanting some sort of renewal or healing after something quite painful occurred. Why is this Nine of Swords here? Six of Pentacles. That's an interesting energy. Five of Swords. I don't really like that. It's like almost like, okay, I don't know if I'm picking this up as being your energy or your person's energy or what, but it's almost like, it feels like vengeance or revenge. If you are having nightmares, anxiety, insomnia, sleepless nights, night terrors, anything of that nature, I would highly recommend cleansing and protecting, like your sleeping area, your bedroom, your bed. Rosemary under the pillow is a really good one. Because the Six of Pentacles is about giving back, like essentially giving back something to other people. And it's also clarified with the Five of Swords, which is like the loss card or defeat card. And that's both clarifying the Nine of Swords. I don't know, there's something kind of lurking in the background that's a bit dark and sinister, and I don't necessarily like. I just can't pinpoint where this energy is coming from, because it doesn't really feel like it's coming from your relationship. So this could be an outside influence, especially with that Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck a moment ago. Page of Wands, Justice, and the Death card. Yeah, it's almost like there could have been an outside influence that led to some sort of fight, separation, breakup, trauma, destabilization within the relationship. I feel like justice will prevail though. Why is this Six of Wands here? Seven of Wands. Yeah, somebody's a bit hesitant to move forward in this or with you because of some sort of devil negative influence, shadow influence, right? Capricornian energy. but somebody's a bit defensive. They have their walls up to continue to try to pursue success, victory, happiness. They're afraid that this could even be your energy, but somebody's afraid that somebody's only in it for like looks or show or ego or like, you know, like the trophy wife type energy. So they're trying to make sure your intentions are pure. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're feeling very, it's almost like you're having regrets or sadness or depression about this because you wanted it to work out. You wanted to marry this person, but it just didn't, like something influenced the connection to get where it is now, obviously. Advice for my Aries here. Oh, I believe that's the 9 of Cups. Yep. There's something about working on your emotional fulfillment in and of yourself that will benefit the relationship as a whole. The 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's a little bit of baggage. If there was any sort of lying, cheating, stealing, or deception involved in this connection, I don't think it's impossible for you guys to come back from that, but there definitely needs to be healing and integration on both sides and understanding and forgiveness on both sides in order for you guys to be successful. Like fully releasing whatever this Devil card was and the negative energy attachments that could have influenced the connection to get to that place. And the 3 of Swords, yeah. So you guys are kind of like you were almost where you wanted to be, like almost to the finish line, almost like ultimately what your goal was as a couple or a relationship. But then something came in, something happened, there was some sort of trauma or heartbreak or, you know, pain that was involved in the connection. So now your advice is really to focus on your own emotional well-being. You're not going to find emotional fulfillment from this other person. You're only going to find that within yourself. And then you guys can come back together, but there has to be healing and integration on both sides and complete release or a reversal of the 3 of Swords, releasing that heartbreak, that pain, whatever caused the separation. Again, I'm getting a third-party interference energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be like cheating situation, but there was some sort of outside energetic influence. So I would highly recommend cleansing and protecting your space, your aura, etc. But that is all I have for you, Aries. Personal readings up at the link down in the link in my description and the pinned comment. And I will see you next time, Aries. Bye.